Hello, everyone. Hello, my dear students. Good morning. It's a great time to have you on our course, English Grammar 2 course. Today we have Unit 68. First, I hope that you are well, happy, healthy, and comfortable, doing well, quite well, and I'd like to advise you to stay at home and never mix with other people. Make sure that you wear your protective masks and wash your hands many times a day. The second piece of advice is related to your study. Never waste your time. Never delay your homework. Try to study right from the beginning. Study each unit. We have grammar book. We have English grammar in use. Each unit consists of sections, labeled as A, B, C, or D, and then is followed by exercises. You have to read the rules, read the examples, try to understand the rule, and then you can go to the exercises, do the exercises carefully, slowly, and if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please let me know. Ask me. Now, let's begin with Unit 68. We have ing clauses. ing clauses. For example, he hurt his knee playing football. He hurt his knee. This is the main clause. Playing football is here called ing clauses. The original was he hurt his knee while he was or as he was playing football. So, study this example. Kate is in the kitchen. Kate's making coffee. You can say, Kate is in the kitchen making coffee. So, making coffee is, clause, ing clause. It is, of course, short for she is making coffee. You can use ing in this way. You can use ing in this way. You can, you have two things happen at the same time. A man ran out of the house shouting. That means he ran out of the house and he was shouting. He was shouting is less important. So the main clause is kept as it is. It is retained. A man ran out of the house. What was he doing? Shouting. Shouting short for he was shouting. Do something. Don't just stay there doing nothing. Don't just stay. Yes, doing nothing. Don't just stay there and while you are doing nothing. Be careful crossing the road. Be careful crossing the road. Be careful while or as you are crossing the road. We also use the ing clause when one of action happens during another action. One, it takes place, happens during another action. For example, Joe hurt his knee playing football. That means the original sentence was Joe hurt his knee while he was playing football. Did you cut yourself shaving? Did you cut yourself shaving? The original was, did you cut yourself while you were shaving? Yeah. So the main clause contains or has the main idea. The ing clause contains or expresses, a minor idea, less important. We can also say while doing something and when doing something, while doing something or when doing something. For example, Joe hurt his knee while playing football, and we have crossing the road. So we have here when one action happens before another action, yeah, before something else, we say having found a hotel. Having found a hotel, we looked for somewhere to eat. That means after we had found a hotel to stay in, we went out to look for somewhere, a restaurant to eat. Having finished for her work, she went home. Means after she had finished her work, she went home. That means one action happens before something else. You can also say after ing, after finishing her work, she went home. That means after she had finished her work, she went home. These structures are used more in written English than in spoken English. That is, they are more formal than informal English. When we begin a sentence with having done something, or after doing something, we use comma. We write comma after this part of the sentence. Having finished her work, comma, she went home. Right. You can also use ing to explain something or to say why something does or somebody or someone does something. We have the sentence usually begins with ing. Feeling tired, I went to bed early. That means because I felt tired. You can say feeling sick, I went to see my doctor. I went to see the doctor. Feeling, for example, hungry, I went out to look for somewhere to eat. Being unemployed, he doesn't have much money. That means because he is unemployed, because he is jobless, he becomes penniless. Yeah, he has got no money. Not having a car, she finds it difficult to get around because she doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a car. We use having done for something that is complete before something else. Before something else. We have having seen the film twice, I didn't want to see it again. Yeah, that's enough. I had seen the film twice, 2 times. So I didn't want to see the film again because I had seen it twice. These structures are used more in written English than in spoken English, as we have said. When we begin a sentence with feeling tired, put or write a comma. Not knowing what to do, comma. Right. So try to pay attention. Note this point. Yes. I have not having what to do or not knowing what to do. I called my friend to ask for her advice. That means because I didn't know what to do. So I called my friend to seek her advice. Now, we have done the lesson, we have explained, we have shown, we have illustrated the ing clauses that they are come at the end. Sometimes they come at the beginning of the sentence. And the ing clause is short for a longer clause which begins with an article or a conjunction, like while he was playing football, while he was playing football, because he was tired, because he was angry, because he was hungry, and so on. Here we have now some exercises. Exercise number 1, choose from box A and box B to make sentences. Use ing. Right. Kate was in the kitchen. We have here, what does she do? We have, she was making coffee. So we can say that Kate was in the kitchen making coffee. She was is deleted. You can delete she was. Number 2, Amy was sitting in an armed chair. She was sitting in an armed chair. What did she do? Yeah. She was, all right. She was sitting in her chair. She looked at the sides and took pictures. Yeah, you can say that. No, I think she was reading a book. Is more. Is a better answer. So Amy was sitting in an armed chair, reading a book. Number 3, Nicola opened the door carefully. Why? Yeah, trying not, she was trying not to make noise. Trying not to make noise. All right. Number 4, Sarah went out. Yeah, she went out. Why? And she said she would be back in an hour. Sarah went out, saying, and the rest of the sentence, saying she would be back in an hour. Number 5, Lisa looked in room, worked in Rome for 2 years. 2 years. Yes. She looked. She was teaching English. Yeah. So you can say here, Lisa worked in Rome, teaching English. Number 6, Anne walked around the town. She looked at the sights and took pictures. So, looking at the sights and taking pictures. Exercise number 2. Exercise number 2. Put the words in the right order. We have here confused, jumbled. Where Joe knee football, his hurt playing football. This is an example. Joe hurt his knee playing football. All right. Number 2. I in the rain wet got very I miss walking. Yeah. I got very wet walking in the rain. Or you can say, walking in the rain, I got very wet. I got very wet walking in the rain. Number 3, Laura to work had driving an accident. Laura had an accident driving to work. Number 4, my friend of slipped a bus getting and fell. My friend, yeah, fell, you can say, yeah, fell, yes, and slept while, getting off the bus. All right. We have here number 5. Emily trying her back heavy, yes, box to lift hurt. Emily, hurt her back trying to lift a box. Number 6. 2 people were to put out by smoke the fire overcome trying. Okay, people, yeah. 2 people were, yeah, overcome trying to put overcome by smoke trying to put the fire. Exercise number 3. Complete the sentences. Use here have plus suitable verb. All right. Having, here we have, having finished her work, Catherine left the office and went home. Here we have our tickets. We went to the theater and took our seats. So here we have having bought, or having got our tickets. We went into the theater and took our seats. The problem, I think, will be able to find a solution. Here we have having discussed or thought about the problem. Right. I think we'll be able to find a solution. He was hungry. Joe now says he doesn't want to eat anything. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. Saying he was hungry. Yeah. Saying he was hungry. He doesn't now. Yes. Saying he doesn't. He isn't. Saying he wasn't hungry, so he doesn't want to eat now, or anything. His job recently. James is now unemployed. Having left his job recently, James is now unemployed. We are most of his life in London. Sam has now gone to live in a small village. Yeah, having lived most of his life in London. Then he went to Sam went to live in another city. Exercise number 4. Make one sentence from 2. Begin with ing or not ing. Yeah. Sometimes you need to begin with having, like, don't forget the comma. When you place having first, you put comma. I felt tired, so I went to bed early. Feeling tired. I went to bed early. Here I thought they might be hungry. So I offered them something to eat, thinking they are hungry, or they might be hungry. I offered them something to eat. Robert is a vegetarian, so he doesn't eat any kind of meat. Yeah, being a vegetarian, Robert doesn't eat any kind of meat. Number 4, I didn't have a phone, so I had no way of contacting anyone. So not having a phone, I had no way of contacting anyone. Number 5, Sarah has traveled a lot. She knows a lot about other countries. So we have, having traveled a lot, Sarah knows a lot about other countries. Number 6, I wasn't able to speak the local language, so I had trouble communicating. Yes. So, not being able to speak the local language, I had trouble, communicating with the locals. Number 7, we had spent nearly all our money, so we couldn't afford to stay at a hotel. Yes. Yeah, we have here, having spent nearly all our money, we couldn't afford to, of course, to stay at a hotel. All right, now we have come to the end of this lesson. We have known that we can use having plus past participle or ing clause at the end or at the beginning to explain something, to say which action happens first, or which happens in the middle of another action, or before another action. Now, I hope that you have got the ideas well. In case of having any difficulty, please let me know. Tell me. I'll be very happy and very glad to offer help for you. Now, my final advice to you is to stay at home and to make the best use of your time. Try to keep fit, keep happy, and enjoy yourselves, making the best use of your time. Don't waste your time. Try to send me your homework in time in a good file. Now, what remains that I should thank you very much for joining me on English grammar course today, and see you. Goodbye. See you next lecture.